Good morning. I'm Jane Kovarikova. I'm the founder of the Child Welfare Political Action Committee Canada. I grew up in foster care from age 6 to 16, dropped out of high school, thought post-secondary was inaccessible for me until I learned that our colleges in Ontario will accept mature students at 18. This effectively allowed me to pursue a long academic career where I graduated from Laurentian University with my bachelor's, did my master's at London School of Economics, and now I'm a doctoral candidate at Western. Today we're here because I wanted to talk to you about the foster care post-secondary crisis that we're facing. I'm going to share with you some statistics. They are university-based, only because there's a major data gap and we don't have information about colleges and foster children enrollment or achievement. So one of the most jarring ones is that of the qualified foster children for post-secondary, only 20% will enroll, compared to 60% of their peers. Of those 20%, only 10% or less will graduate, compared to 30% of their peers. The solution to fix this is actually pretty simple, but I'll break the numbers down for Ontario, for example, if the studies bear out. About 1,000 children age out of Ontario foster care system every single year. We know about 600, like me, drop out. That leaves 400 who are qualified for post-secondary education. If the statistics bear out in Ontario, that means that 80 of those, so only 20%, will apply for post-secondary and enroll, and then only 8 of those will graduate. So that's 8 out of 1,000. We need to do better than this, and that's why we're here today. But before I continue, I would like to invite some of my colleagues to share why post-secondary education was so important to leveling the outcomes in their lives. So I will now invite my colleague, Rebecca.
Tanchi, hello. My name is Dr. Rebecca Jacques. I am Métis, and I was in foster care as a young child and had big dreams for myself when nobody else did. I was able to make these dreams come true by completing a decade and a half of post-secondary education so that I could become a subspecialist doctor. Through hard work, determination, and education, I was able to make my dream a reality and am now a forensic pathologist. Education also allowed me to emerge from childhood poverty and become a contributing member of society. It is also through education in Michif, the Métis language, that I'm able to reconnect with my culture and community. Merci, thank you.
Good morning. My name is Kamisha Ali. I spent my late teenage years in care. I am a communications consultant and an entrepreneur. I have my BA in communications from Laurentian University and my master's in communication and media studies from Lynn University. As a former Crown Ward with experience, I can say that education is paramount to one's upward mobility. It is also a great tool, a great equalizer, and also a tool for self-efficacy. Thank you.
My name is Ingrid Palmer. As a Black female with a disability and child welfare involvement, stigma, discrimination, and low expectations were barriers that I faced consistently. Receiving a solid education allowed me not only to discover my talents and capabilities, but to develop them in ways that helped me to counteract and overcome those obstacles. I went on to graduate from high school with honors and to earn 2 college diplomas and a university degree. Today, I'm a program coordinator with the CNIB Foundation and the CEO of a motivational campaign designed to amplify marginalized voices. Thank you.
Thanks, Ingrid. Thank you. My colleagues are incredible, but we are just the lucky few, and we can't leave it to luck to make sure foster children succeed after care. So there are a few simple things that we could do as a community and as a government to correct these jarring statistics. So one, I'm going to say something slightly controversial right now. Tuition waivers don't necessarily belong with governments. The reason why is because they tend not to be stable. Governments will turn over every 4 to 8 years approximately, and then the waivers are susceptible to being adjusted or canceled, and then people can't count on them being there. As well, oftentimes government tuition waivers have age limitations. For example, apply by age 25 or within 4 years of high school. So I wouldn't have qualified because I never finished high school. And certainly if we're being evicted at age 18 with very minimal support, perhaps we're not meeting the same life milestones exactly at the same time as our peers either. So the answer is to work with universities and colleges across country and Ontario, everywhere, to make sure that foster children are able to access post-secondary education through tuition waivers at the institutional level. So what government can do is support universities and colleges by incentivizing them if they want to participate in waiving tuition for these types of students. They can also make sure that the waivers are not age limited. And further to that, we can also ask the government that they create expectations that all foster children will apply to post-secondary education. No such rule exists, and part of the reason why we don't go is because there are very low expectations. So I hope that you have learned something about post-secondary access for foster children, and that we could be all part of the solution to fix these jarring statistics. Thank you so much.